on my beliefs about narcissism. As I said, these will be Bible-based, so if you get offended by the Bible and just can't stand hearing it, please watch one of my other videos or something. Alright. Okay, a lot of times we hear about abusers, and we don't realize, some people don't realize, that there were abusers in the Bible too. Some of these abusers were known as Pharisees. Now, I need to clarify something, because I always thought, up until today, that Pharisees were these evil people that were just basically burdening God's people so badly that they were dying under the weight and the pressure of the heavy work and the slavery, etc. Not all Pharisees were like that. Actually, Pharisees were religious leaders that believed Jewish beliefs from the Torah, which is the Old Testament book of the Bible. Which later became the Bible, I should say. All they had were the Old Testament Torah back then, in the Bible days. I want to tell you just a little bit about Pharisees that I found out today. First of all, Pharisees believe that human beings have free will, but that even though they have the free will to make choices, God knows what they're going to choose. That is also very similar to what I believe. I guess that makes me a modern-day Pharisee or something. Maybe not. I don't know. Pharisees also, as I said, follow the Torah. They were very into following Jewish law, but they were liberal about it. In other words, they weren't to the letter literalists. For instance, you've heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. It's a real popular saying. People use it and abuse it regularly throughout society. For the Pharisees, believe it or not, the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth was not a literal saying. They didn't literally believe that if somebody pokes your eye out, they need to have their eye removed. That was more the Sadducees' belief in the Bible, and I didn't know that again until today. They were very into purification, not just for the priests, but for all the people, especially the priests in their households, because they did marry, I'm pretty sure, back in those days. They believed in a life of purity and a life according to the Torah. They were what I call people of the people. It's kind of like you have people that support the kings and the queens and the monarchy. That would have been the Sadducees. The Pharisees were more the people that were the voice of the little people, you know, the underlings, so to speak. And they weren't supported politically at first. This didn't happen until years and years later that they became the political party, similar to what we see with the Democrats and Republicans, I would say. Okay, the Sadducees, as I said, interpreted the Torah literally. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth literally meant if somebody poked your eye out or chopped your arm off, then you did the same thing back to them. That was not the Pharisees, that was the Sadducees. So, that just gives you a little bit of background information. I've always, as I said, thought Pharisees were evildoers. They weren't necessarily. They were religious teachers. So let's get that straight first of all. However, the Pharisees that Jesus addressed were evil Pharisees. So they weren't the ones that were just teachers minding their own business and teaching the law. They were people that were harming people for not following the law. Just like you have evil people in every group of society, there were evil Pharisees and there were probably some fairly decent ones. You can't generalize all people under one label unless it's something like really, really severe, like maybe terrorists. Okay, a terrorist is a terrorist. Let's be honest. Just how it is. Whether they're, you know, Ku Klux Klan or Iraqians that are evil or Americans that are evil, terrorist is a terrorist. So you can't classify that stuff. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to begin with actually bringing the Bible into all of this.